But it was interesting.
Good job.
I didn't know. I bust on it. Yeah.
You know, and retired from teaching? Yep. No, I am. But I got out what I did.
Well,
For you teacher.
okay, yeah, because yesterday I just saw that.
How long ago did you? How many years were you retired? Yes, it was good. I reworked 7 years, and then I was at for 2 years.
That wasn't.
And I, and I could have, but you know, my husband's pretty cool. Whatever, that's not gonna slow this. I was just afraid that I retired
Because he was always gonna fix it. That's why I saw the other day.
Yes, you have some copy of this?
That's the
Well, get that one. Lawyer then.
It wasn't really good.
We actually have a kid's insurance, so they don't
Yeah.
Always turning on, a lot better than expected.
hear it, they go. Like a humming.
Yeah, that's,
This is burner phone.
No problems with his phone, I'll talk to him all last week.
It's true. No, it's funny, it was a temporary fix. It really is a track phone. I broke my phone last May, and then, eventually I got it back.
Did you get your email that you should,
It's really an update.
4:00, we'll call the Finance and Personnel Committee meeting of Wednesday, May 21st to order. Roll call, please, here.
Dawn Kidd. Here. Amy Johnson.
here,
Casey Boer.
Here.
Wayne Schmidt.
Here.
Midge Swedberg. Here. Scott Meverden.
Here.
John Ortlieb.
Here.
Kevin Schmidt.
Here.
Thank you. Confirm the meeting in compliance with open meetings law.
Yes, it is.
Thank you. We look for an approval of or a change to the order of the agenda
So moved.
by Midge.
I'll second.
Second by Amy. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Carries. If everyone had a chance to look at the meeting minutes from April 15th. Any questions on that? Or a
Motion to approve.
by Casey,
Second.
by John, I believe.
Yes.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Carries. And did everyone have a chance to look at the bills?
I have one question, Mr. Mayor.
Okay?
That Renew Plastic for Demise Park, and it's his donation.
Yeah, so the CIFA had bought the lumber for that. It was cheaper to buy a whole pallet than it was to buy what we needed, so the CIFA agreed, they bought the whole pallet, and then if they found somebody else to use the rest, they were going to. So we got what we needed out of it, and now they actually donated the rest to the boat club. But we didn't pay for any of it, it all came from the CIFA.
So that's why it's his donation.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
Make a motion to approve the bills.
Second.
Motion by Scott, second by Midge. Any other questions? If not, a roll call, please, sir.
Scott Meverden.
Yes.
Kevin Schmidt.
Yes.
Dawn Kidd.
Yes.
Amy Johnson.
Yes.
Wayne Schmidt.
Yes.
Casey Boer.
Yes.
John Ortlieb.
Yes.
Midge Swedberg.
Yes.
Public comment. Is anybody here to speak under public comment?
Point of order.
Oh,
We do have one for conference attendance.
oh, I'm sorry, I missed that. Being it's Tom Ackerman, I don't know if we're gonna put Tom on the spot, or Matt, do you wanna grab it?
Tom's not here, the assistant chief is here.
Correct.
But that is the annual fire chiefs conference that Tom Ackerman is asking to attend. He goes to it, I believe, every year. It's the fire chiefs conference in Wisconsin Dells.
Thank you.
Make a motion to approve. Second.
Motion by Scott and second by Casey. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Sorry about that. Now, public comment. Is anybody here for public comment? You could state your name and address, please, for the record.
Absolutely. Irene Karen Seeger, 913 Jefferson Street. I'm here about the library. Scott, I was here before. I just wanted to remind you, the library is part of the city and it needs your support wherever it ends up. But it is important that we keep the library and we need the size we have now. Thank you.
Thank you. Is there any other public comment?
Okay.
One more time, seeing none. Old business, the fire and rescue building, Matt?
Fire and rescue building, the MEPs, I think we got our last one yesterday afternoon, was the mechanical is in, the plumbing is in, the electrical, and yesterday afternoon, I reviewed it last night and some this morning, talked with Jim Theis on the sprinkler system, which I don't do it every day. I thought that would have been the easiest one to do, but we got that one. We're hoping that by the end of this week that is out to bid. I know I've been telling you that I think 3 times now, trying to stay on Bayland's dates, but I think everything is in. We're waiting for everybody, all the other people that did their MEPs to make sure that there's no overwork or anything that, cross-reference, like that doesn't work over there. We're hoping to have that all finalized and we get that out to bid here at the end of this week. So once that does go out to bid, just to touch base, at the minimum, we will have that out for 2 weeks. That is by statute, we have to have it out to bid for 2 weeks. We can go longer if we want, but it will be out for 2 weeks once that gets out to bid. So cross our fingers, in a very short time here, at the end of this week, we get it out to bid. We could have some numbers back, hopefully, like around that council timeframe. So,
Council, finance and personnel.
I'm sorry, finance and personnel,
Yes.
yeah, it won't make council. But a month from now, hopefully, we have those numbers back.
Any questions for Matt?
Do we have anything that puts us in the ballpark, or we're just gonna wait on the numbers?
We're working off of our estimated $4 million, John, that, it's kind of the number we've been using that they've given us. We did some changes. We feel like there's some possibility of that number coming down a little bit. Or maybe that's just me crossing my fingers, hoping it comes down a little bit. We shrunk the size of the building a little bit as far as the length of it. Did a couple things, moved some things around to try to save some money. But really, an estimate's an estimate. Where those contract numbers come in, and that bid price is ultimately where that lies.
Thank you. The next one, Matt, the police library administration.
Yeah, so, a lot to talk about here, but I'm not gonna get down. We're changing things and a lot of different things have transpired. What I do know as of this morning, we are getting a library donation for $500,000 from the Chris and Bruce Steinhagen Charitable Trust. Funded by the Door County Foundation is the investment firm that they are using. That will be coming to the City of Algoma Library over the course of 3 years. We'll get those payments broke out upon completion of the library, if the library stays where it currently is today in this facility. We got to the bottom of that finally today and found out where that landed. I talked with the Steinhagens or Bruce this morning. I said, I'm gonna be bringing this to the council today. He said, feel free, go ahead. We'll talk tomorrow if anybody has any questions. But that is what we know as far as that goes. As far as breaking the building apart, Bayland is working on 2 different sets of plans for us. Reshaping the bank building over on Steel Street and how that would work without the library being in there, and what that looks like and what we can and can't do and how that would work with obviously not having the big addition on, not adding any more really square footage to the building, and keeping the office, police station, and City Hall on the main level, and what that looks like. They're kind of reshaping that and trying to get us a plan back for that. And then also working the plan for the library of moving the water, the sewer, the electrical, everything over to the side of the building, the heating system of what that price would look like to get that into the basement and what the design of that looks like and how it works. With that being said, one of the things that Bayland is looking at is, because of the amount of work we'd be doing at the library over here, is do we have to put a sprinkler system in over here or not? So that's still all out there. I'm hoping that we'll have something back from Bayland for the next finance and personnel meeting, if not the council meeting, to be able to bring you some numbers and some new plan sets of what that looks like. So,
Matt, when you talk about a sprinkler system over here, that would be contingent if this building was still being operated as City Hall, correct?
Depending on how we would make that segregation of breaking this building apart and the amount of work that would be done on the inside, and that is one thing that Bayland's draftsman and the guy that deals with their codes is looking into right now, is if we would have to put a sprinkler system in, because the footprint, we wouldn't be adding any square footage of what that looks like. That's one of the things that they're digging into right now for us.
But the other thing on our plan that we have, our proposed plan,
Yep,
and taking the library out of it, but just looking at the first floor for City Hall.
yep,
When we had talked about this first, we had talked about that mailroom being moved over. in that clerk area, but it still shows up here because we thought we'd free up some space for the police department.
They're,
Is that being considered?
it's all being redrawn because the whole square footprint is changing of, like, right now we have that big addition because of the addition upstairs. We were gonna have like evidence and stuff in the back of the garage, which would be to the east side of where the garage doors, you know, we're putting that addition. Now that stuff would probably end up going down in the basement, and how that all looks and where that all gets drawn and how that, we're working through it. You're gonna see a totally different plan set of what you had last to see.
Okay. And that gentleman, Mr. Steinhagen, that talked about that 500,000 that comes to the city for the library, can it be used for renovation then?
It could be used for, you know, obviously some of these things. There is a couple of things that they are putting forth. I should have that paperwork hopefully by the mid to late next week from them. One of the stipulations though is they do, like out front on Fremont Street, there used to be a sidewalk, like a U-shaped sidewalk that comes up to City Hall here. It's one of the things that they would like to see that put back and the front doors be utilized again, even though they are not ADA compatible, but that you could still use those as part of the library, you know? So there's a couple little things that I'm very excited to donate this money, but I don't want to say, well, we put a heating system in, something that, you know, adds a little touch or pizzazz to the library, if that makes sense.
Okay.
So he's not asking for a whole new face, he's not asking for
His name on the front door.
name on the front door or anything like that. But that is one of the, you know, adamant things, I guess, that he, you know, give it a little pop from the outside.
But he was adamant that the library stays where it is.
If they were gonna donate the money, yes, they would like to see the library stay where it is currently to date.
Okay, thanks.
Are you going to be, using the part of this building for the library? Is that what you were saying?
Well, part of this building is, because we're all connected right now, right? So we consider it all one building.
Oh, okay.
But if we move over to the new police department over to Steel Street, the library wouldn't move into this current building. Does that make sense to what I'm saying? They wouldn't be adding any more square footage into this current building.
Okay, and this building would be sitting vacant then?
If this building would probably end up somehow look at how we would separate it, and this would go up for public sale.
Yeah, my question was, does the library need more space if they take this part too? Just
Well-
put a new heating system in this end and then they can have everything. I don't know how much space they need in the library.
We never looked at that.
Ask
I
Kathy
mean,
if she needs more room.
yeah,
Yeah, well, there's more upkeep too.
yeah.
Oh, there's more upkeep.
Roofs, windows, that's the key disposal needs.
I think though with Kathy's here, could you use more space?
I mean, but I don't know if in their budget, if they could afford
Well,
this and all that. That's up to their budget.
Yeah. So that'd be something that we could definitely look at. I'm not saying that they would inquire the whole property, but what that would look like, I think that's a conversation. Does anybody else have any questions? Thank you.
Thank you, Matt. New business, the RC lawnmower lease renewal.
So this is something that comes before everybody once a year from the county. We have a remote control lawnmower that I think everybody has seen. We use to cut the beach hill and stuff. The county is asking to extend their lease another year with the city. I feel pretty confident with the price that we get. Casey, talked with Casey about it. Casey's, they've been very, you know, if you're using it, don't worry, we'll use it Monday, or, you know, they've been very good to work with. Happy to get it when they can get it. They pay for the time they use it. They come pick it up, they drop it off. There's been no issues as far as bringing it back broken or anything like that. In fact, I think it probably comes back and, you know, everything is, the I's are dotted and the T's are crossed. So if the council's okay with it, I'd ask that, you know, we extend it another year with the county.
Just one item.
Go ahead.
The term is $300 per day.
Yes.
And what if they only use it half a day? Do we charge them $150 or is it $300?
It's $300. If they come and pick it up and use it for an hour, John, we charge them the
Okay,
$300.
then we should say in here that it's $300 per day or any part of that.
It's never been an issue, this is, I think, the
It's never
third
been an issue,
year.
then don't worry.
Yeah,
What are we averaging on an
They're
income?
probably using it twice a month,
Twice
on
a month, so about $600 a month.
July, August, September, probably twice a month.
and so clear with everybody, the county uses this to cut around the courthouse. If everybody's familiar with the courthouse, they use it on the courthouse hill. It's not, all over the county. They bring this down to Kiwanee, they use it on the courthouse hill and they bring it back.
They use their own operator, right? We don't.
Yeah, no, they come pick it up with their truck, their trailer, they haul it down there, they operate it, they bring it back here and deliver it. So,
Make a motion to renew the lease.
Second.
Motion by Scott and second by Kevin. Any other questions? If not, all in favor?
Aye.
Carries. CDC grants, Casey, did you take
Sure.
that, or?
Yeah, so two of them. The first one, out of the general grant fund, Art Beat came asking for funds to restore the Sonora phonograph mural that used to be on the alleyway where that mermaid mural is now, east side of the Steel Street adjacent, between a vacant building and the tattoo shop, one of the tattoo shops. They don't know where it's gonna go yet, and it's a portion of the funds towards it. We had approved it for $1,000. Yeah, they wanted 1,500. It would have depleted or halved our grant allocations left. Should I speak to them both?
Yeah.
Together? Okay, and then, so the second one, it's yearly the Chamber of Commerce concert in the parks for 2,000. That's one of the line item ones that comes out of there. We are one of a plethora of donations that they receive. Prices have gone up on bands. Just of note, not related necessarily to the grant itself, but they have a rain space this year at Olson Fabrication, whereas in the past they hadn't. So regardless of the weather, each week it will go on.
Do you want them acting on separate or?
Yes, please.
Okay, I'll make a motion on the Art Beat CDC grant application.
For the 1,000?
For the 1,000.
For the
For
1,000,
1,000.
okay.
Motion by Wayne,
I'll second.
second by John. Do you want a roll call for that? Aaron?
Sure. Kidd,
Yes.
Ortlieb,
Yes.
Moore,
Yes.
Johnson,
Yes.
Wayne Schmidt,
Yes.
Swedberg,
Yes.
Meverden,
Yes.
Kevin Schmidt.
Yes.
Thank you. And then the concerts in the park?
I'll make a motion for that for 2,000 for the Algoma Area Chapter Chamber of Commerce.
Second.
Motion by Amy, second by Kevin. And a roll call on that, please.
Ortlieb,
Yes.
Moore,
Yes.
Swedberg,
Yes.
Meverden,
Yes.
Kevin Schmidt,
Yes.
Wayne Schmidt,
Yes.
Kidd,
Yes.
Johnson.
Yes.
Thank you. All right, any agenda items for the next meeting? Get to Matt, Jamie, or Aaron?
Can I make a comment before we go
can.
into closed session? Just a reminder for anybody, if you have nothing to do tonight, Community Band has a concert store starting at 7 o'clock, their spring concert. So if you're looking for something to do in this rainy day, they'd appreciate your attendance. 7 o'clock, thank you.
Yep,
So
and likewise,
6:30.
right now, the Algoma Venture Academy is having their spring showcase of all the students' art, and actually the picnic tables that are going to Newman Park will be on display. I heard that last night. So that's going on up at the high school right now, 4 to 6.
You gotta bring that up. The next meeting date?
Is that it, everyone?
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, next meeting date,
There's conflicts on June 17th, which is a Tuesday. We'd like to move the next meeting date to June 18th at 4 PM, just like this meeting. And then after that, for July, go back to our 5 o'clock on the third Tuesday of the month.
So it's 6:18 then.
6/18 at 4 o'clock PM.
I won't be here, I have after shoot instructed.
Okay, anyone else?
Did everybody else make that date?
June 18th.
At 4 P.M.
Yeah, it's a Wednesday.
Yeah, it's a Wednesday, and the Public Works meeting would be at 8:30 on that Wednesday instead of Tuesday as well.
Correct. And then in July, we'll go back to the third Tuesdays at 5.
Yes, our normal scheduled monthly meeting.
So but the 18th will be at 4
4.
again, so that we can get mid.
Yeah, because then
That
you've
is
got
correct.
Yep.
utility at 5:30.
That's, just putting it in my calendar, that's all.
Everyone good with that?
Everyone but Kevin.
Everyone but Kevin.
Okay. And then we would look for a motion to go into closed session pursuant to Wisconsin statute 19.85, section 1, subsection E, deliberating or negotiating the purchasing of public properties, the investing of public funds, or conducting other specified public business. Whenever competitive or bargaining reasons require a closed session, this would be for land acquisition. Also moved.
What?
Roll call for that.
Ortlieb?
Yes.
Moore?
Yes.
Wayne Schmidt?
Yes.
Beverden?
Yes.
Johnson?
Yes.
Kidd?
Yes.
Kevin Schmidt?
Yes.
Swedberg?
Yes.
I'm sorry, Aaron, you got the names?
John Ortlieb and Wayne Schmidt?
Yeah, Wayne Schmidt and Josh.